Nurses, it finally happened. You know how we tend to joke all the time about like going on vacation and getting on an airplane and hearing the dreaded, is there a nurse or doctor on the plane? Okay, it actually happened to me as I was going on vacation to Utah. So my husband and I, myself a nurse and my husband a physician, he's an OBGYN, and our two little children get on a flight to go to Utah to go snowboarding. And before we take off, we just sit down in our seats, buckle our seatbelt, and we hear we need an AED. Is there a nurse, doctor on the plane? So it was at that moment that me and my husband both looked at each other for a second, and without hesitation, we ran. We literally abandoned our two small children. They were fine. They were in their seatbelts, and took off to the front of the plane to help. I jokingly said to him, as we're trotting down the airplane to go assist, I asked him if he was going to go check her cervix. No, I didn't say that. But I've always wanted to say that joke to him in an emergency. It was this older elderly woman that just literally, as she walked onto the plane, went into full-blown cardiac arrest. So we did the whole thing. Luckily, there was an ER nurse on board and an ER physician too. So between the four of us, we were able to really get things rocking and rolling. I have never had to pull out an AED in public. She had no pulse, nothing that we could detect, and the AED kept saying it wasn't a shockable rhythm. So it was full-blown compressions on this poor little old lady until EMS services could get down the runway thing and then get a stretcher onto the plane. But what I will say is, if you're going to go into cardiac arrest, an airplane is not the best place for it to happen, especially if, God forbid, we had been up in the air. But it's just the walkway is narrow. It took forever to get EMS down there to navigate a stretcher to get her on the stretcher. As they're taking this lady out on the stretcher through why can't I think of the right word? The runway, the walkway. They don't continue to do chest compressions at that point because it's such like a narrow path that it's not until they get them back outside where there's room into the actual airport that they resume compressions. I would not want to go into cardiac arrest. But in hindsight, what I will say is, as many jokes as we've made and teased about, you hear that on a vacation on a plane and you're just like, nope, not me, not here. I actually found myself in that scenario, and you do jump into gear. Of course, we all would. It was odd that that actually happened to me. Didn't think it would ever happen, but it really did.